FleePru National Conference here in Orlando, Florida. I've got the pleasure of spending a little time with Dr. Marshall Jones here from the Florida Institute of Technology, right?
That's correct.
There you go. I thought so. Not your first time here?
It's not my first rodeo.
This is your second year?
It is.
This is your second year back. You presented this morning, I guess it was this morning, right? I'm losing time here as the days go on, but you presented on the criticality of leadership.
I did.
Yeah, this morning to the team, and a full house as usual. Let's talk about the importance of, management, right? And people think, well, he's my boss or she's my boss or whatever the case may be. You have a responsibility at either level, whether you're managing up or managing down. Let's talk a little bit about what you presented today.
Sure. So, regardless of the industry, I do a lot of work in public safety, specifically law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we're triangulating that is generalizable across different industries is how important that first line supervisor is.
Sure.
And people are leaving jobs. I mean, in law enforcement, recruiting and retention is a huge problem. It's most organizations, regardless of industry.
That's the world we live in now.
It is. And the number one factor, and it's supported in research when I go travel and do training, and in the applied research, is they have a bad supervisor.
Right.
And a supervisor is either going to be somewhere in the management realm or leadership realm. There are different skill sets, but you've got to take care of your people.
Sure.
And one of the important things is, because of the workforce today, there's 5 different generations, and every generation has different values and different viewpoints. So we're looking across these different generations at different ways of doing things. So, a lot of times I'll go into an organization, I'll do a training, and it's an us versus them. It's the folks who entered the workplace in the 80s and 90s versus the folks entering today, and it's very different set of values and ways of looking at work. And we have to get to a us, and we have to leverage and understand those things. And you got looking at it from an individual leadership standpoint. You have to be self-aware. You have to be your authentic self. People, if you're being fake, people know it. Right. You have to communicate, your people, build rapport, which leads to trust. And if you have trust with your team and with the folks you work with, whether it's as a follower or a leader, you then have effective teams. And if organizations can do that at each team level, then that filters up and makes the organization good as a whole. But it has to be deliberate. The concepts of leadership in themselves are not hard. They're doing things, and that makes it hard, especially in a culture where people are averse to conflict and they're worried about offending somebody. But when you have that rapport of trust, you can give that feedback. You can have those conversations that works out well for everybody.
Yeah. And when I'm hearing from you, trust equals us versus us versus you.
Correct.
Or us versus them, or whatever the case may be.
That's a good way to put it.
I know the interesting part is in working in the private sector now myself, but still dealing with governmental agencies and things of that nature. Everybody is feeling pain right now of employee retention, just retention, finding employees. And I think it's important messaging to deliver as a leader, looking for those persons that to fill the void, fill those gaps, right? To really deliver that trust and that honesty right up front, and really show them, how can that for the team, right?
All right, and a very important part, it's modeling the behavior. So, you can do training, you can do education, but until you tell, see, do, and you see it modeled, it's hard for that behavior to stay. So, an organization who is with leadership, the leaders in front of followers, they do it right, and then they know how to do it. All too often I'll go to an organization and I say, well, I had really bad supervisors, and my behavior not what they did. Yeah. And that's not nearly as valuable as having leaders that model that behavior. And organizations can intentionally go out finding a way to build their culture where leadership is developed. Right. But it's intentional. You're facing being short-staffed. It means regular time off becomes hard. So people training and development opportunities becomes hard. And just less people to meet the mission makes the time it takes to develop that rapport and develop that trust even more a valuable commodity, but also in more important situations to do so.
Yeah, it's interesting, people say I had a lousy supervisor. I always wonder, were you a good employee or were you a lousy employee? And I think one of the challenges I presented over the years as a leader is, hey, look, I don't know what you don't know, so you need to communicate effectively as well. It's a two-way street, right?
And there's a difference between who's just in an organization and followership. I've read and been exposed to a lot of theories of leadership, and participating in a lot of these leadership management. And unfortunately, sometimes I talk about them and they're very difficult. A lot of these conversations, often we miss the importance of followership. Yeah. If you're going to be a good leader, you have to know how to follow. Right. And there's certain things followers do to help their leader. And that oftentimes, if you take time to communicate, build that rapport, that trust, these things happen just as an artifact of being human being. Right. But knowing and understanding the importance of them actually will help supervisors and managers take the time. It's not waste time. Right. If you have an employee every week, you spend an hour a week walking around your work and saying, hey, how's your mom today? She's not doing well. And everything's going on. You're not making assumptions because, half the chances are they're having that lazy when they're having that because we're going to do something.
You have to be committed to your employees.
Absolutely.
Their health, their welfare, their well-being, and helping them be successful, right?
You got to take care of people.
They certainly will. And one of the things that I always like to, especially working with a variety of different capacities, right? One of the things that often people bring me problems, they bring solutions, right? Okay, you have a problem, right? What is contributing to this problem, right?
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm very passionate with being a new supervisor. I really like working with law enforcement and trying to get them tools for their attack. But if you identify a problem, I set the problem and go to whoever the person is that you influence with. Here's the problem, here's the treatment, here's the solutions, and here's the solution that I share. And it's amazing my career, military and law enforcement now getting reader how unusual it is. There's 90% problem, contributing factors, opt-in, here's my recommendation. I was 10 that I read that, look at, and then I go with your recommendation. And then you take that ownership, but also allow you to develop to the next level. And people are getting promoted across the industry today. It's such a quick pace. You don't spend a lot on all the leadership. You got to work through an organization that has sausage made because you have layers of that. And when we as leaders empower and model behavior to followers, we're developing into our place, and hopefully somebody of us is seeing us to promote it.
The other too is it's a learning solution. A lot of times it's going to be a catalyst to you into this role. You don't need to do what you're doing to take care of it, right? It's one of the things we as they're working over everybody. Look, if it doesn't influence negatively impact our reputation or cost money, move with it. Go. If you want to partner in an organization, sometimes things get caught up in the minutiae. Things get caught up in the red tape and the leadership. And it's really important to free your employees, your staff, your team members to get the job done.
But it's interesting. I go to agency, go present. I love talking to people, especially the newer generation. And some of the things I have found when it comes to recruiting, retention, marketing, the generation we're trying to recruit, they get their news at the social media. It's scary. You have to find Gen Z members, and with that empowering, with the solution, encourage, and support to go forward. They're getting more aligned with mission, and the generation understands why and purpose and how it aligns with the mission. There's a segment of Gen Z folks that will say, and they're just as much so good as generation one. But in that time, generational values difference. Most agencies within the first 5 years, Gen Z employ a third of much know, and there's nothing.
Yeah. Anything that younger generation do to support you in your success is really important to you as a leader and to your success as well. And driving messaging, the leaders.
Well, and what's interesting is there's a concept of crossing where you and I can benefit from a Gen Z person who's grown up bilingual with technology. Without any struggle with technology, they can make information aspects and finding new opportunities to do that culture and build members of generations is really the way.
Yeah, this is the problem of having this is a message trying to deliver. I'm trying to deliver to someone just to go, I like this and get it across in a positive way where it may